Hello and welcome to Rev Sports. Tonight it's Gujarat Titans versus Lucknow Super Giants in the first match of the double header today. While Gujarat Titans are coming in with 4 wins on the trot, Lucknow Super Giants also have some momentum behind them and have 2 wins so far. But Ekana, home ground for LSG, they might just have the upper hand. But I'll go to you, Shomik, first. GT versus LSG. We finally saw LSG coming back into rhythm a little bit after a few bad performances, and GT has been doing well, of course, with 1 loss and 4 wins. But it's Ekana, it's home ground for LSG. Who do you think has the upper hand heading into this match?
It's a battle of the top orders, basically, Gagi. If you look at the stats, you see the top five. Top five scorers in this IPL, and four of them are from GT and Lucknow Super Giants. Nicholas Puran is there. Other three batsmen are from GT. Sai Sudarshan, Josh Butler. So uh, it's a both of the teams. I think Lucknow Super Giants will carry a lot of confidence into this game, given that coming to Eden Gardens and beating KKR at Eden Gardens is a very difficult thing. Not many teams can do that. Although the victory margin was just 4 runs, but in the end, the way they played posted 239 and eventually won the game by 4 runs. The way they pulled things back, that will give them a lot of confidence. Having said that, Gujarat Titans so far have been the best team in this IPL. Delhi Capitals, honorable mention, but Gujarat Titans the best team. They have, they are a very all-round side. They have the top order. In last game, their middle order was not tested, but Rahul Teotia came to the party, and the way they have been, their bowling attack, the way their bowling attack is also. This is one team which that can defend around 175, 180 runs. So from that point of view, but as you said, I will that which is the reason Lucknow would be playing on their home patch. They will carry the confidence of beating KKR at Eden Gardens. Gujarat are a very all-round team, so it is going to be a fantastic game.
Uh, अभिषेक is also joining us from outside of the Ekana Stadium. अभिषेक, बताइए कैसा माहौल है वहाँ पे? ऑलरेडी ऐसा लग रहा है कि काफ़ी लोग हैं, इतनी धूप में भी, इतनी गर्मी में भी। बट जैसे आपने कहा था निकोलस पूरन के लिए जो प्यार है लखनऊ के लोगों का, वो तो साफ नज़र आ रहा है।
हाँ, it can be seen actually. ये गेम में है और में भी देखा जाए तो वीकेंड का है जो वीकेंड का कल यूपी में है
आवाज़
नहीं बट स्टिल बहुत अच्छी है। हेलो
बहुत टूट के आ रही है आवाज़। आप शायद ईयरफ़ोन्स निकाल के देखिए,
अब आ रही है।
ईयरफ़ोन्स निकाल
हेलो
के।
ओके
अभिषेक, आप अपना ईयरफोन्स हटा लीजिए।
नाउ इट्स क्लियर।
नहीं, अभी भी आप रिजॉइन करिए।
वेट वेट अ मिनट आई हैव टू कनेक्ट माय ईयरफोन।
You will disconnect his earphone and he'll be back. But till then, Bharat, what do you think is working for Gujarat Titans so well? Top of the table, 4 wins on the trot. Is it the
हेलो
most complete team this season on paper and performance?
I won't say the most complete, but what I would say is I think they're the masters of percentage cricket. Basically, they have a set template and they play according to it. So it's for the opponent to break that kind of template. So what they basically do is they would look at the top order of Josh Butler, Shubman Gill, and Sai Sudarshan to put the runs on the board or get the bulk of the runs. So the first 6 overs, even if they go at 10 runs per over and score 60 runs in the power play, they're absolutely fine because what they're looking at is for the top order to get the bulk of the runs. Then for Sharfin, Rutherford, or someone like that to come down the order and get that quick fire 30 of 12 or 15 balls and get them up to a very competitive score. And then I think the only way you can break this Gujarat Titans lineup is if you break their bowling lineup, especially Mohammad Siraj and Prasidh Krishna have been the cornerstones of their bowling attack, consistently taking wickets. and also keeping the runs down. Obviously, both are different. One is a seam bowler, the other one is more of a hit the pitch bowler. But there, both of them are performing their roles, and that is what is pegging the opposition back. So, if we can somehow take down these two bowlers, then I think Gujarat Titans will be in some trouble because Rashid Khan has not been in the form of his life, though he took a few wickets in last game. So I think that is the way to break down their template. Somehow they have to find ways to score runs of Siraj and Prasidh Krishna. Then I think they'll be in some trouble. And if you can somehow rip through their top order, because it's a top heavy batting lineup. If you notice 1, 2, and 3, that they are the ones who are expected to get the bulk of the runs. So if you can somehow reduce them to say 3 down for 50 or 60, then I think Gujarat Titans are in a little bit of trouble. Otherwise, they have a set template and everyone is playing according to what is expected of that particular player. So that is why I think they are succeeding.
अभिषेक आप he has joined us back. बताइए कैसा मूड है
Yeah.
एकाना के?
Am I audible now?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So I think there must be some internet issues, not the earphone. Yeah, मतलब environment energetic है. Everyone is a journal stand already sold out है. Maybe जो और भी सीट थी that's not sold out. आज fully sold out नहीं है. Still that Nicholas Coren is the hero of Lucknow. He's the big poster boy now. अभी वो ऋषभ पंत से ज्यादा फेमस है इन लखनऊ अगर देखा जाए तो. काफी लोगों से हमने बात की हुई है. आप लोग सेंड द विजुअल जहाँ पे लोग बोल रहे हैं कि वी आर हियर फॉर द ऋषभ पंत. स्कूल से बच्चे आए हैं 200-300 किलोमीटर से दूर लोग आए हैं. Still that Nicholas Pooran is the poster boy of the Lucknow and it's clear as of now the kind of batting he's doing. आज देखने लायक होगा कि निकोलस पूरन की बैटिंग बहुत ही कैसी है बिकॉज ही इज नॉट सो गुड एट द एकाना पिचेस. उतनी अच्छी परफॉर्मेंस उनको निकल के आई नहीं है अगर देखा जाए तो लखनऊ में.
बिल्कुल, बिल्कुल। लेकिन आपको क्या लगता है एलएसजी का अपर हैंड रहेगा हरियाणा में या फिर गुजरात टाइटंस अगर वॉशिंगटन सुंदर को अंदर ले आते हैं टीम में, तो गुजरात टाइटंस भी यहाँ जीत सकती है?
श्योरली दे विल ट्राई वॉशिंगटन सुंदर क्योंकि अगर देखा जाए तो उनके पास लखनऊ के पास 3 लेफ्ट हैंडर्स हैं. उनके लिए कहीं ना कहीं एक बार पावर प्ले में भी बॉलिंग करने के लिए सुंदर को हो सकता है लाया जा सकता है अगर वो एज अ 11 में खेलते हैं. फिर भी लखनऊ की बैटिंग का एक अपर हैंड है गुजरात की बैटिंग पे. बट इफ यू सी दैट इट्स मुकाबला जो है वो लखनऊ की बैटिंग और गुजरात की बॉलिंग के बीच में कहीं ना कहीं है. गुजरात की बॉलिंग टोटली डिपेंड अपॉन द इंडियन बॉलर्स और लखनऊ की बैटिंग अभी के सिचुएशन में अगर देखा जाए तो टोटली डिपेंड अपॉन द ओवरसीज बैटर. सो इट्स बैटल बिटवीन लखनऊ बैटिंग वर्सेस गुजरात बॉलिंग.
Oh, absolutely. And Athreyo, same question to you. Do you think a Gujarat Titans will sneak in Washington Sundar in the score today?
Gujarat Titans.
Yeah.
I doubt because I think last match, the previous match, Rashid Khan and Sai Kishore, they gave a good account of themselves. In that attack they played, I think they both took 2 wickets each. And so I don't see an obvious need to bring in Washington in the 11. I mean, maybe as an impact sub or something that we can't say at the moment. But otherwise, I think the Gujarat bowling unit did quite well in the previous game. They used 6 bowlers, and all of them took wickets. Shiraj possibly wasn't the best of the lot on that day. He took 1 wicket, but Prasidh Krishna took 3. Rashid came back. Rashid hadn't got a wicket in the last in 3 matches before that. He came back with a few wickets. So Gujarat performed. Their bowling unit performed as a team, and it was the same in batting. I mean, there was only one score in the 80s, and there were no other half century, but still they crossed 200, which means they found contributions from a lot of players. So that is the hallmark of a good side, which is not exactly dependent on one or two individuals, but they play as a team and perform as a team, which I can't say the same thing for Lucknow because I think Lucknow are a little too dependent on their power hitters. I mean, Mitch Marsh and Nicholas Puran, they have been in fantastic form. I mean, most of the matches they are firing. Markram has also chipped in. And The all eyes will be on Rishabh Pant, of course. I mean, Rishabh Pant going through a lean patch with the bat, the captain of the side. So I think all eyes be on Rishabh Pant today.
Bharat, when we talk about the opening pair, the pair of Nicholas Puran and Mitchell Marsh, they have been on a rampage. 553 runs between them. Do you think they're the most dangerous batting duo in this league right now?
Maybe, yeah, you are right on that, perhaps. See, Mitchell Marsh, I think he likes to bat in the top order. So if you are going to pick him, then he has to bat in the top order. Even when he played all those great knocks for Australia in the T20 World Cup, it was at the top of the order because the ball comes onto the bat. That is where he likes to play because he's so good with those lofted shots. What he does is basically plants his front foot, very tall man, and then absolutely bashes it down the ground. And if you're going to ball short again, because he's so tall, he gets on top of the ball. Actually, so I remember one ODI game between Pakistan and Australia that I watched at Chinnaswamy. Pakistanis tried to bounce him out, but this guy is so tall, 6 feet six, around that mark, and he was easily able to pull them on the front foot without going back and across. So that tells how good a puller he is. So even if you bowl short, he's always there to play those shots. So he's a very very good player of pace bowling, and that's what he's showing, I guess, in the power play. Is able to take. He's able to score a lot of runs against the faster bowlers. And then you have Nicholas Puran. I think he's one of the most talented batters I have seen from the Caribbean over 33 years. So that's what I would say. I'm not saying he's one of the best players from the West Indies because he's not played Test cricket. That is something that is tells sad state of affairs when it comes to the Caribbean islands. But he's one of the definitely one of the most talented batters I've seen from the West Indies. If you look at how he plays, he makes the batting look easy. I think his power comes from that bend of the knee. Then the 10th minute bending of the knee, I think helps him to get that little more power, and that is how he plays all those shots. And as I said, he's a player with flair and panache, and he has been easily the cornerstone of the LSG lineup. So if these two fire, then again LSG obviously will get a very very good score.
All right. Before I go back to Abhishek, this is a question I want to ask. Actually, get an opinion on from all our panelists. Let's talk about Rishabh Pant. While we have a Mitchell Marsh and Nicholas Puran doing very very well, Rishabh Pant 27 crore by 19 runs in 4 innings. At what point does his lack of form become a serious liability for LSG? Or do you think Shomik he is contributing enough as a leader?
Yeah, he has been contributing brilliantly as a leader. Last game, he didn't get a chance to bat the way Lucknow Super Giants top order played. And see, Rishabh Pant is too good a batsman to go through an elongated lane patch. 14 group leg games to be played, and Rishabh Pant will come good. Rishabh Pant sooner rather than later, Rishabh Pant will come good. I'm not reading anything into Rishabh Pant's. Uh, I still believe number four is not his position. Number four is not his position as regards in white ball cricket, especially in this format. But then again, their top order is firing. Their top order is firing. Number three, Nicholas Puran, he's untouchable. So from that point of view, but even against KKR on a feather bed, if you looked at his field placement, the way he covered the angles, and one of the, I mean one side boundary was pretty short. One side pitch number four was used at Eden Gardens, and that made one of the side boundaries pretty short. The way he covered the angles, it was excellent. It was excellent. He didn't have a very good game behind the stumps, I would say, because he dropped a catch. He dropped a catch, a regulation catch, but which he should have taken. But he is a fine wicket keeper. There is no point talking about his wicket keeping. As a batsman, sooner rather than later, he will come good. At this moment in time, he is doing very, very well as a captain. So I don't have absolutely any concerns about Rishabh Pant.
अभिषेक आप भी बताइए क्या लगता है आपको ऋषभ पंत के बारे में? कैप्टेंसी तो बहुत अच्छी रही है, थोड़ा बैट से कहीं ना कहीं इशू है अभी भी फॉर्म को लेके, लेकिन फैंस का क्या कहना है? और कंडीशंस के बारे में भी बताइए जरा, एकाना में कंडीशंस कैसे है फिलहाल?
I mean, if you're talking about the weather condition, so रात को अराउंड समथिंग अराउंड 2 p.m. थोड़ा सा ड्रिजल हुआ था, काफी तेज हवाएं थी, और एक दिन पहले काफी अच्छी बारिश भी हुई है। अभी अगर देखा जाए तो टेम्परेचर कंट्रोल में, इट्स नॉट लाइक समथिंग अराउंड 35 to 38 डिग्री जो रोज हुआ करता था टेम्परेचर, इट इज समथिंग अराउंड द 30 डिग्री। और अगर फैंस की बात की जाए तो फैंस तो अभी भी काफी कॉन्फिडेंट लग रहे हैं। ऋषभ पंत के जो फैंस हैं वो काफी कॉन्फिडेंट लग रहे हैं। दे फील दैट ऋषभ पंत आज बैटिंग अच्छा करेंगे, ही विल परफॉर्म। मैंने काफी लोगों से यहाँ से बात की एंड दे ऑल सेड दैट ऋषभ पंत विल परफॉर्म टुडे, ही विल हिट सम 5 6 सिक्सेस, एक 50 आएगी एंड एवरीथिंग सब कुछ सॉर्ट आउट हो जाएगा। तो ऋषभ पंत को लेके फैंस के बीच में तो काफी अच्छी चीज है, बट स्टिल लखनऊ एज अ टीम के लिए बहुत बड़ा कॉन्सर्न है। अगर देखा जाए तो अगर ऋषभ पंत की बैटिंग सॉर्ट आउट होती है, देन लखनऊ के की जो बैटिंग है वो पूरी तरह से कंप्लीट हो जाएगी। दे हैव बैटर इन द टॉप, दे हैव बैटर इन द टू फिनिश द गेम, बट स्टिल वही 4 नंबर का जो सीन है विदाउट बिकॉज ऑफ ऋषभ पंत इनकंसिस्टेंसी, बट फॉर्म बैट में बॉल आ नहीं रही है। स्कोर जस्ट 19 ऑड रन ऑन द 32 बॉल्स, तो बहुत बड़ा कॉन्सर्न उनका रहा है बैटिंग का। बट स्टिल लोग होपफुल हैं, पीपल यहाँ पे काफी देखना चाहते हैं कैप्टन को परफॉर्म करते हुए।
बिल्कुल देखना ही चाहेंगे, और हम भी एक्चुअली देखना चाहते हैं ऋषभ पंत को परफॉर्म करते हुए। बट आत्रेय, योर थॉट्स ऑन ऋषभ पंत बिफोर वी टॉक अबाउट द bowling lineups of both the teams?
See, Rishabh Pant, like everybody else, I also expect him to come good sooner rather than later because he, as we all know, I mean, a class act, no doubt about that. But at the same time, it's a high pressure competition where you are leading the side. There are no runs from your bat so far. So, I mean, if now, I mean, so far it hasn't it hasn't affected the team to a great extent. The team has done rather well, but this lack of runs, if this continues, I think the pressure on Rishabh Pant will increase, and if that happens, then the pressure on the team will also increase. So it's important for Lucknow and their captain that Rishabh Pant gets some runs because so far we haven't spoken at great length about it, but those things will increase if this lean run continues. So it's important for him and his team that he gets some runs.
Absolutely, absolutely. Bharat, GT's bowling attack. It's been clinical. Siraj with the new ball, Sai Kishore in the middle, and Krishna at the death. How does LSG go about targeting this attack?
Yeah, see, obviously they would have their own plans. Maybe in the power play, try to attack Siraj up front. Maybe a couple of batters, some like Mitchell Marsh, as I said, is very good with lofted shots. So if he can get his front foot planted and hit Siraj down the ground a couple of times, that could put off his plans. But for kind of form that Siraj is in, he would back himself even if he hit for a couple of boundaries to make a comeback. So that could be one of the ways. Mitchell Marsh tonking him down the ground or through covers. And then against Prasidh Krishna, there is an old theory. Obviously, it may not be true in 2025 that against Prasidh Krishna, if you hit him for a six or a four early on in the over, then he's not the same bowler. I think he's improved mentally. Is much more. Is I think mentally much more stronger now. But still, that's a theory going around. So maybe if they can try to put him under some pressure early on in the over, then who knows? He could his hard length style of bowling could come under some kind of pressure. Yes, the Sai Kishore is also there. So Sai Kishore is someone I believe is a very very clever spinner. Occasionally can use even the carom ball for the matter, and sometimes he goes from over the wicket, round the wicket. So he's always planning. He's always looking to get the better of the batsman. Actually, I interviewed him last year, and what I gathered is someone who delves very very deep into analytics. So that is something one can see when he's bowling. So yeah, but on Puran, maybe someone like Nicholas Puran, left-hand batter against left-arm spinner. So if he comes off, plays a lot of shots like he does downtown territories, then Sai Kishore could also come under some pressure. But I think the crux of the matter here is Siraj and Prasidh Krishna. It's hard lengths of Prasidh Krishna and Siraj with that three-quarter seam, the kind of seam moment that is getting. So if they can break this template, maybe they can put GT under some kind of pressure.
Somik, I wanted to ask you about LSG's bowling unit. When we look at the last match against KKR, defending 238, LSG's bowling unit was a little bit leaky. How do you think they should tighten up their bowling against a stable batting order like Gujarat Titans? And do you think Digvesh Rathi is carrying the bowling alone right now?
Let me put it this way. Unlike Gujarat Titans, which is a very all-round side, well-rounded side, Lucknow Super Giants' batting is better than their bowling. That new leg spinner, he had a couple of good games. That leg spinner, he had a couple of good games, but it's very early days. But Gargi, we have spoken a lot about Gujarat Titans bowling and Lucknow Super Giants bowling. Let me go to a subplot. This game is also a tactical battle between two former India fast bowlers who had been ve- who had excellent servants of Indian cricket, Zahir Khan and Ashish Nehra. Now, Zahir Khan, if you have seen Lucknow Super Giants bowling over the last few games, you'd see a clear Zahir Khan imprint planning wise. I mean, he sort of has planning almost for every batsman. The way, and it makes the job easier for the bowlers out there in the middle. Coming to Ashish Nehra, he has been fantastic. Talking about Mohammad Siraj, I think when after being dropped from the Champions Trophy squad, stuff like that, when he came to the Gujarat Titans camp, he heaved a sigh of relief watching Nehra. And look how he has been performing, how well he has been performing. I mean, in the Indian team, there is someone called Morne Morkel. I don't know what does he do, but Siraj looks a completely different bowler under Ashish Nehra, as he was excellent under Bharat Arun when Bharat Arun was India's bowling coach. So this is the subplot that this is also a tactical battle of the two finest former Indian fast bowlers.
उप्स अभिषेक क्या लगता है क्योंकि अभी 6-7 मिनट ही रह गए हैं टॉस को कितना इम्पोर्टेंट होगा टॉस और काफी लोग हमारे कमेंट सेक्शन में ये भी पूछ रहे हैं कि पिच कंडीशंस कैसे है वहां पे बैटिंग फ्रेंडली है और ट्री फ्रेंडली मतलब स्पिन स्पिन डेक दैट्स अ गुड वर्ड वी लर्न
Gargi, so tea friendly, the term tea friendly has now got associated with Chennai Super Kings.
यस इट
Every
हैज
day they are playing so many dot balls and helping BCCI to plant so many trees. I mean, yesterday they played 61 dot balls, which means something around 10,000 odd trees, I guess.
बट अभिषेक बताइए बैटिंग फ्रेंडली है ट्री फ्रेंडली है कौन सा फ्रेंडली पिच है आज
हाँ कौन सा इन्वायरमेंट फ्रेंडली है मे बी हो सकता है yesterday दो pitches covered थी one was the black soil and one was in the center one which was the mixed soil actually it's the mixture of red and black so right now I can't say that which pitch actually will be used I'm not inside still that probably what the probability is that they will use the black soil pitch so जैसी pitches थी against the Mumbai 200 रन ऑट बने थे एंड एक अच्छा बैटल हुआ था दोनों टीम के बीच में मोस्ट प्रोबली 80 पिचेस हो सकती है हाँ ये हो सकता है क्योंकि डे मैच है ज्यादा टॉस उतना निर्भर होता नहीं है स्टिल अगर बात की जाए तो थोड़ा मॉइस्चर रहेगा क्योंकि बारिश हुई है रात को भी थोड़ी बारिश हुई है तो मॉइस्चर से जो पिच थोड़ी बहुत अफेक्ट होगी वही चेंजेस हो सकते हैं अनटिल एंड अनलेस इट वाज द same kind of pitch that they offered to the Mumbai Indians and they will offer the Gujarat Giants as well today.
At a point, I'll set a point to it.
ऑफ कोर्स
Gujarat Titans.
uh, just see that they're using a black soil pitch. That's what everyone is saying. The one point. Second point is, I think the dimensions of the ground At this ground are 63 meters, 63 meters, 70 and 73. That means the straight boundary is quite long, and one side of the boundary, obviously, 63 meters is less. So that is where I think the batters will look to target.
Absolutely. And now, Theo, GT chasing versus GT hitting a target. When is GT more dangerous?
I didn't get the question.
Do you
Sorry,
think
I
GT
didn't
is
get the question.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Is GT more dangerous while they're chasing or while they're setting a target? How much of a how much importance will the toss hold tonight?
See, so far we have seen that most of the teams that have won the toss, they have chosen to chase, but not all those chases resulted in wins. So when a team goes into a match, I don't think it gives too much importance to the toss, because you can't really calculate based on that. But given the depth and the versatility in Gujarat's bowling lineup, I think they are a good side defending as well. We all know they have a strong batting lineup, and they also, the kind of versatility they have, the kind of resources source they have, the kind of form their bowlers are in. I think they will be quite a handful if when their team is defending a title. So I won't be surprised Gujarat defending, as Tomik mentioned, right, quite early in this conversation, that it won't be a surprise if they defend say moderate total.
All right, all right. One thing we haven't spoken about yet is Glenn Phillips being ruled out of the entire season because of a groin injury. This sets, even though GT have a very rounded lineup, I think it still sets them back a little bit, especially on the field with the amount of runs that he saves. अभिषेक बताइए फैंस मिस करेंगे ग्लेन फिलिप्स को कितना बड़ा इम्पैक्ट होगा ये इंजरी का गुजरात टाइटंस पे
आई डोंट थिंक इट विल बैट गुजरात टाइटन दैट मच. अभी तक गेंद फिक्स तो उन लोगों ने यूज भी नहीं किया है. तो एंड रशीद खान की भी बॉलिंग नहीं चल रही है, तब भी जो इंडियन बॉलिंग लाइनअप है गुजरात की वो पूरी तरह से कवर करके रखा हुआ है. तो आई डोंट थिंक दैट गुजरात विल मिस एनी वन. अभी के जो उनके कॉन्टेक्ट में जैसे कि जैसा मैनेजमेंट उनका कर रहा है, जैसे सुमन गिल एक्चुअली इज कैप्टनसी कर रहे हैं, जैसे चेंजेस कर रहे हैं, आई डोंट थिंक दे विल मिस द ग्लेन फिलिप्स. स्टिल अगर ग्लेन फिलिप्स स्क्वाड में होते, कहीं ना कहीं किसी का किसी सिचुएशन पे साथ उनकी जरूरत पड़ती, ही कुड हैव बीन अ क्रूशियल एसेट फॉर देम. बट आई डोंट थिंक दैट दे आर मिसिंग दैट ऑफ द फैंस एज वेल.
And news from the inside, Shamar Joseph and Kulwant Khijrolia are marking their run-ups. So, yes, yes,
Marking
Shomik.
their run-ups.
Yes,
Garvi,
marking
I
their
mean,
run.
okay, 2 minutes to toss. I expected Washington Sundar to come in for Kulban Kijrolia.
Me too.
In given that last game GT played at Motera, and and the pitch assisted a bit. The pitch assisted fast bowlers a bit. This game, given that it's Decana, there would be a little bit of help, whatever the color of the soil or whatever it is. There would be a little bit of assistance for the spinners also. So I expected Washington Sundar to replace Kulwant Kejrolia. But now you're saying Kulwant Kejrolia is marking his run up. Although it doesn't mean that he is in the playing 11, he could be the impact sub or anything. But I still expect Washington Sundar to play this game.
Especially on that Ekana deck. You would want to see a Washington Sundar come in. But, you know, I was going to go to Shomik, but Bharat, who are your players to watch out for today?
Oh, Nicholas Purno obviously will be one of them, and Mitchell Marsh from LSG side. I like what I see of Digvesh Shetty, someone who gets a lot of bounce. So even if you pick his variations, he has one carom ball, he has one googly. But even if you pick his variations, the kind of bounce that he gets, I think he'll be a handful. When it comes to GT, obviously the top order I think is the one to look out for. Gill hasn't really fired as much as everyone expected him to. Maybe the captaincy pressure or whatever it is holding him back. Maybe today is his day where he can get through the power play and get those big runs. Obviously, Sudarshan also is scoring a lot of runs, but my eyes would be on Shuman Gill and the pace attack again. I think it's back to Siraj and Prasid. These two are the mainstays they are performing their different roles to near perfection.
You mentioned Digvesh Rathi. Yes, he's bowling phenomenally, but also on the other hand, I think he's absolutely hilarious with his celebration, especially. First, I think he's done it three times the same celebration now. First, he did it to the batter, got a fine. Second time, he tried to be sly about it, got a fine again, and the third time he did it on the ground, on on the ground. I think that was that's just young blood. But no update on the toss as of yet, but this will be an important toss. Shamik, when we talk about this IPL, because we've been looking at so many things that have been happening, pitch debates, home advantage debates, MS Dhoni returning as captain, is this the most unpredictable IPL you've seen?
No, I have seen more unpredictable IPLs as also Astro. I mean, for all the wrong reasons. That was all for all the wrong reasons. I am not going deeper into that. Uh, that was for all the wrong reasons. Although we got lots and lots of stories. Eventually, two franchises were banned, stuff like that. So that was the most eventful IPL for sure. Before that, there was another IPL that was played against the backdrop of allegations against Lalit Modi. And the day the final was played, I think the next day after, if I am wrong, please correct me. The next day or the day after he was fired. Uh, the day the final was played. I think the next day he got the boot from the BCCI. So from that point of view, we have covered more eventful IPLs, but so many things. Yes, you are right, God. So many things have been happening this time around. MS Dhoni, as you rightly mentioned, coming back to taking charge of CSK captaincy, and then the batting implosion. CSK reaching a point of no return, sort of, and from given that it is an eventful IPL. I do agree with you. It is an eventful IPL.
Yes. Well, we have the toss update finally. It is Rishabh Pant who has won the toss, and of course, no prizes, no gifts for guessing it right. They have opted to bowl. As I think there's not been a single franchise in this IPL that has won the toss and opted to bat first. I don't think I've seen that.
I think once I saw at least Shai Sire, I think once opted to bat or something on those lines.
Did they win that game?
That I don't remember. I remember Shai Sire, I think once did it.
All
At least
right.
one.
Well, thank you so much, everyone. Shomi, Katra, Abhishek, and Bharat. We'll be back. We've got
And
loads.
but
Yes.
but Gargi, aren't we going to predictions?
Oh, yes, I completely forgot about predictions today. Shomik, let's start with you.
No, no, I would come last. You please start
Oh,
with the
okay.
other guest. I would
I,
look. I would wait for your pick, and then I will come with mine.
I will give mine at the very beginning. I think LSG will make anything close to 182 and they will win. अभिषेक क्या
Okay.
लगता है कितने रन बनाएगी सॉरी जीटी 182 के आसपास बनाएगी मेरा प्रिडिक्शन है ये और एलएसजी जीत जाएगी आपको क्या लगता है अभिषेक
I used feel that LSG will win. Although GT has a upper hand, एक उनका 4-1 का विनिंग कॉम्बिनेशन है 4 win and 1 loss अगेंस्ट लखनऊ बट स्टिल आई थिंक आज लखनऊ के ऊपर थोड़ा अपर हैंड है दे वन द टॉस एंड चेस में वो बेहतर कर सकते हैं तो LSG will win from my side.
भरत
Oh, this is an interesting battle. On one hand, you have LSC who have kind of somehow come from behind and won a couple of games, as some say, they scrapped through victories to victories. And then you have GT who are performing like a well oiled machine. So maybe it is GT's day, but again, I'm not very sure. I think maybe GT's day.
Acho, one second, you're on mute. Sorry. Go ahead.
There is good news for the LSG fans because I'm going to predict it's GT. And normally when I do, the opposite happens. So there you are.
Shomik, finally it's your turn. Let's see what you say.
So you have picked LSG, right? So I have to go with GT. Although I expect a close game, but I expect GT to edge LSG.
All right, well, that's our predictions then. I think all of us, most of us are predicting LSG to win, and I think that's what's going to happen, honestly. But thank you so much, everyone, for joining. We've got loads coming from football as well, so don't forget to join us. Join Boria Mujumdar, who'll lead a special show at 6:30 p.m. So don't forget to join us then if you're into football. And of course, we'll be back at the end of the second match. Don't forget to join us then as well.